Welcome back to Barcelona and the PokerStars Championship main event. We are heads up. Sebastian Sorensen against Lachazar Petkov, and very quickly we have to catch up with what happened just before the break. A hand which saw a, shall we say, rather tight fold from chip leader Sebastian Sorensen. Ben Jones says, I'm a massive armchair analyst, but that was awful. Getting nearly 9-1 and folding is a disaster. Buster says, this final table has either set back poker 20 years or given us a sneak peek of the game in the year 2046. Povak asks a simple question. What just happened? Those are the Bulgarian fans supporting Lachazar Petkov. There's no one here supporting Sebastian Sorensen other than everyone out there watching online. Hashtag PokerStars TV for your questions, comments, messages of support for hashtag Scarf Guy. I am James Hartigan. Here's Matt Broughton.
Hello, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a really strange day, hasn't it?
Welcome back from what could be the last break of the night.
I think you might want to hold off, mate.
Okay.
Don't make any promises.
I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
This is level 40 of the main event. The blinds are now 800,000, 600,000, 1.2 million, with a 200,000 ante. No main event on our tour has ever gone beyond this blind level, and we have had tournaments with more players.
Interesting point, interesting point. But have we ever had 5 on the final table for 17 hours?
No.
As shallow can be, with the big chip leader having 38 big blinds and the shortest stack having 27.
Don't rain on my parade.
Okay.
So we're straight back into the action. Petkov just called on the button. Sorensen checked his option. It's an ace-9-7 flop. King high still ahead.
I mean, it's going to be really hard. I mean, in a world where you don't call when you get an 8-1 odds or whatever it was, and a world where the flop is going to constantly miss both players, it might be time. Have you still got that two-man tent?
So just to be clear, this tournament started with 1,682 players. This is the 6th and final day of the tournament. We started around 10 hours ago with 6 players. We're now down to the final 2. They have come to an agreement. They've done a deal, which means they have both locked up significant sums of money. 887,000 euros for Sorensen, 917,000 euros for Petkov. They are still playing for 100,000 euros plus the championship title and trophy. This is hand 161 of the final table. 2 types of chip in play, the black 100Ks, the burgundy 500Ks.
And boy, do these players both want the 100,000 euros and the trophy and the title. I think that much we definitely know. And as is still the way, Sorensen likes to come into pots with average holdings and a big raise. Petkov kept just limping in on the button with his jacks and his ace jacks, and it's a real difference of style. Now an all-in with the ace-7, going to be ahead of the range so much of the time.
Sorensen folds the 9-5. 2 very different players from very different backgrounds, although very similar ages. Lachazar Petkov is 26 years old. He's from Bulgaria. Mainly plays online, heads up sit and goes and $100 spin and goes. Came 62nd in the PokerStars Championship Macau main event earlier this year. And then we have Sebastian Sorensen. He's 27 years old. He qualified online, won his seat for 215 euros. This is only his 2nd ever live tournament. He mainly works in a warehouse and is a fan of mixed martial arts, although it is his ambition to become a professional poker player, and with the money he's won here today, he can probably make that a reality.
Yeah, I fear for the warehouse bosses who might be getting an email a little bit later on tonight. King 3 off for Petkov, who again just limps in. 7-8 for Sorensen. I was just about to say that can often flop real good. I wasn't expecting that. The bad news is that though he has flopped 3 8s, is that there's not much there for Petkov to get excited about. So, and in fact, we see a less than 1% chance equity of winning this hand by the river. Sorensen has checked. Petkov obligingly walks into the trap, but I think once he meets any kind of resistance, he will immediately lose interest in this. It would be a real bad time to start getting freaky.
$1.2.
Nice. I like it. It's a compelling story.
Sorensen just calls. 9 on the turn. Petkov just with a king, and as we can see, 0% equity, and now drawing dead. No card he can hit to win this pot.
Another check from Sorensen, really nice. Will Petkov just keep thinking this is winnable? No. Spider sense tingling. He's giving up on this. Why not have a full house? 8's full of 7s. Entirely unnecessary, already locked up the hand. Would love it if Petkov accidentally backed into a flush. Is not the case, but I wonder if a bet here. Yep. And one of the big over bets, we got 5.2 million in the middle. Oh no, just 1.8, just 1.8 million, nothing.
Petkov does not hero court with king high. He folds. A bit of analysis from Spear on Twitter. Yeah, that fold may have been bad, but Sorensen's play, the one that got Petkov to fold those jacks, was great. Emil Carlson tags his tweet PokerStars TV. Viking Scarf Guy, the man, the myth, the legend. Let's go. A lot of love out there for hashtag Scarf Guy. This is my life, yeah, says he is the best and he has to win this beeping game. Nico points out, we are here on the internet and we are supporting Scarf Guy. He also asks if any of you witnessed a deal with 4 people or more. Can't remember, Nico. It's late, it's been a long week.
Just try and keep your questions as simple as possible. Yes or no would be the preferred format.
Wow, KO Jote is predicting that we will go to blind level 41, which would set a new record. We've still got 38 minutes to run on this level. The stacks are very shallow. There's every chance it could end on this hand, the next hand. We are on tenterhooks.
Yeah, while Petkov is sitting down in this sub-20 big blind level, you just know that any big cooler, any big potential mashup could see all the chips go in. Right now, Sorensen just seems to be getting the best of it every time the flop comes down.
He does.
And he's been sneaky enough to get some chips out of his opponent. Not a lot every time, but that's all it takes. Because if he can get Petkov under 10 big blinds, then it's going to be real hard for Leshzar to get back out of this.
Well, let's welcome Joseph Stapleton back to the booth.
Hello, my babies. I'm sure this is the theme of the night, but how? How?
We can't, no one can answer that, Joe. It's the question we're all asking, but no one can answer it.
All of the memes, I have no words. Plot twist, is this real life? The weird thing is we've had plenty of barn burners in heads-up matches, just nothing like this.
No, and the reality is it's only 10:30 in the evening. It's not like it's the middle of the night. It's not like it's the early hours of Monday morning.
It's just that shallow heads-up started 7 hours ago.
Well, the shallow final table started forever ago. Look, it's been really weird, but the one thing you cannot deny, it has been ridiculously entertaining. And judging by the comments that I have seen on Twitter, people are loving it. And what's great to see is so many names I don't recognize, so many people who maybe watch the streams but don't necessarily get in touch or have discovered us for the first time.
That's right, regular squeeze. We got new girlfriends now.
You're going to have to up your game. Just being a name we recognize isn't enough anymore.
Oliveira tweets, I hope that one day I can have a scarf as good as #scarf guy.
That's the dream.
I can't believe I haven't been in on #scarf guy.
It's become a thing. This is kind of pretty. So Petkov just limped in with his 8-9 suited diamonds. Sorensen has raised it up 6.1 million with his pocket fives. I mean, your imagination runs wild. You think, if I call this, just imagine the amazing flop I'm going to see. Just imagine all the ways I'm going to connect with my 8-9. It doesn't always happen. I'm not going to lie to you. But right now is the most exciting time to play 8-9. When the future looks so bright, so inviting.
All of these hands look like aces to me, but these guys are still seeing them for what they are. 9 high.
It's almost as if they're professional poker players.
Well, this is a big raise from Sorensen after Petkov just called.
He's been doing that, just calling.
And Petkov calls the raise in position. We're going to the flop with 12.6 million in the pot. Jack 10, so an open-ended straight draw for Petkov. Sorensen ahead for now with a pair of fives, but look at the percentages. Even though Petkov has the worst hand for now, he's actually a statistical favorite to win.
Lots of ways for him to win this. Open-ended, counterfeiting, running diamonds, a 9, an 8. If they were all in right now, the outs graphic would be all across the top of the screen.
Wow. He decides to shove here with this monster draw.
Petkov doesn't want to laugh, but he wants to laugh.
He's laughing on the inside. Wow, 4 minutes of thought.
And he folds the pocket fives.
And here come the Bulgarians.
Well, the stacks are pretty much level now. 21 big blinds against 18 big blinds. But Andreas observes on Twitter that Scarf Guy is a legend. The scarf will help him through tough times and will bring him to victory.
Well, these guys are the two shortest stacks at the table right now. In 30 minutes, they're both going to have under 20 big blinds.
I mean, I want to be part of a record-breaking team. You know, if we get to level 58, you know, in the early hours of tomorrow morning, I want to be here. I want to be recorded as one of the people involved in that.
Sorensen decides to limp here with 8-3 of spades. Petkov with King-Jack.
We're actually going to see a raise?
He loves to limp in on the button with the big hands, punish from the big blind, He has all sorts of habits that we're trying to get a handle on.
Hello to Janko, who's just joined us.
Oh, he's all in.
Simple.
Petkov shoves and Sorensen folds. Janko says, after an afternoon of watching Formula One, I am tuning in for an evening of poker. Hope you enjoy the show, Janko. Hashtag PokerStarsTV with your questions and comments. Thank you to Rickard, who points out that in that hand where he had the pocket five, Sorensen actually only needed about 33% equity to call.
Joe, a big fan of the... I'm sorry, I fell asleep during the conversation. I was just about to talk about the stats.
Well, actually, we're having fun with Scarf Guy. Join the team.
Coming in here with your equity numbers. Unbelievable.
Jack-9 for Petkov. He calls. Sorensen checks his option with 9-7. Another unraised pot. And an ace-queen-10 flop.
I really like this tweet from Darcy. I was feeling a little down today with a health problem. Scarf Guy's inspiring. I am Scarf Guy.
Love it.
It's...
Wait. I am Scarf Guy.
Exactly.
James?
I am Scarf Guy.
Matt?
I am Scarf Guy.
Let's get an I am Scarf Guy from everybody right now. We're not going to read them all out, but it would really tickle me.
Hashtag PokerStarsTV.
Twitch definitely will oblige. I have a really high belief factor.
Some guy will write I am Scraff Guy and think he's real funny, though.
Look at this. Petkov has taken the slight chip lead now.
Has he had the chip lead in
Not
heads up?
for a long time. I don't think he's actually had the chip lead at all heads up.
Yeah.
I think Sorensen's been in front all the way. So this is a significant development, but it's only a marginal edge.
Twitch?
Twitch is melting. Well done, Twitch.
You are Scarf Guy.
The hive mind that is Twitch has obliged in spades.
I did enjoy I am Scarf Guy, seriously.
Logie Bear says Scarf Guy should be the mascot for the next Olympic Games in Sweden.
I was going to say Scarf Guy is going to start making appearances at sporting events. He's going to parachute into the Super Bowl, sing the national anthem. Open for Garth Brooks.
That kind of public appearance where he just comes on and waves from the stage wearing the scarf and then just... So there he was. Let's hear it for him again. And then he walks
One more
off.
time,
the other
Scarf
side.
Guy.
No apparent skills or ability to share. Just he's here.
Between now and this event next year, he gets like 11 keys to different major cities. Are we getting it on Twitter now too?
They're coming through.
Oh man, it's like 2012 all over again. Look at Twitter bursting into life.
Gianluca, John, CK, Undersea, Ryan, Nico, you are Scarf Guy. Elgana, Bart, Mark, Dana, sorry if I've missed some of you, Tony, you are Scarf Guy. We are Scarf Guy.
Scarf Guy, I am.
Nice one, Ben. The New England Patriots can't be Scarf Guy. That's why poker's amazing.
We have reached hand 168. Petkov with Jack 6. I was waiting for someone to quote Monty Python. It's Bart. I'm Scarf Guy, and so's my wife.
Ace Queen 9 just manages somehow to miss everybody. Not even a glimmer of connection or backdoor connection. Just a real mess.
I have realized that there is a hidden agenda for many people, by the way. All the people who hate Manchester United are firmly supporting Scarf Guy.
Oh, of course.
And I think we have more people watching who have a strong feeling towards Manchester United than who have any kind of emotional connection with the Miami Dolphins.
Don't take away from Scarf Guy. Scarf Guy has only brought joy into the world.
Well, his name, of course, is Sebastian Sorensen. He has King Queen here. He has called Lachazar Petkov, who currently has the chip lead, has checked his option with King 6. Sorensen has paired his Queen, top pair. Huge favorite in this hand.
I'll say. Hard to have less than 1% equity, heads up.
Making it look easy, isn't he?
Like, I'd like to think in Scarf Guy's avatar down there that the scarf is flowing behind him. Because look how his hair is blown back.
It's like he's on a bicycle
Yeah.
and he's just turned to look at the camera and it's just gone snap.
That is how they take some of the photos.
Well, that was a bet of 2.2 million on the flop from Sorensen. Petkov folded. Petkov still with the slight advantage. 27 million for Petkov. Near enough 23 million for Sorensen. And 21 minutes until the blinds go up. 21 minutes until we set a new record and reach level 41 of the main event.
And Petkov, who would have thunk that Bulgaria would have shown up en masse
Yeah.
to be on the rail in Barcelona? Now, we expected it from the Brazilians. We would expect it from the Brits. But Bulgaria is in contention for one of the most rowdy / supportive rails that I've ever seen.
"15 minutes on the clock until the blinds go up, until we make history on the tour."
We're making history again on the tour, but not the good kind like you want.
By the way, Dana Craven has just sent in a screen grab. She has got her husband to sign up to PokerStars with the ID, "I am Scarf Guy."
Yes.
Yes, winner.
Do you think we could get some real money accounts signed up? Dana's in the U.S., right?
Sorensen shoves with ace-jack, gets a fold from Petkov, and they're pretty even in chips, 25 million apiece. Petkov with the slight advantage.
Also, when you're signing up, if you could mention me and Matt and James by name, that would be great.
Have you got your referral code?
Those haven't existed for a long time, have they?
Probably not.
Remember back in the day, everybody had those little business cards, and they were like, "Yeah, have a little bonus on me."
Thank you to Moonlight Master for this hashtag fun fact. I just noticed that Scarf Guy winning would mean we've seen back-to-back Sebastians win the Barcelona main event.
Wow.
Sebastian Mallets last year. Will it be Sebastian Sorensen this year?
Wasn't the really emotional guy from London a Sebastian also?
Sebastian Pauli.
Yeah.
Coincidence? Yeah.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry. Thought we were doing the
sorry,
maybe
no.
thing again.
Petkov limps with the 4. Sorensen checks his option with the 6-3 and pairs his 6 on the flop. CK makes a good point. Hashtag PokerStars TV. It's nice to see someone who isn't a game theory optimal robot.
Well, he's kind of a robot. He's just not a game theory optimal robot.
But I don't think either player falls into that category, and I've taken a shine to Petkov as well, particularly when you got to speak to him, Joe. I think it was during one of the breaks.
Yeah, he came up to me before and he was like, "Oh man, I would love to do an interview. I'm such a big fan."
Okay.
Of me specifically, but I think that you guys by association probably
Well,
he means too. But
I mean, I walked past him 16 times, making a lot of eye contact while holding a microphone and a sign that says "interviews available now," and he just kind of looked into the
he
lights.
just blanked
and
you.
He put a scarf around his eyes.
Sorensen back on top.
Yes, has the advantage over Petkov. As we approach hand 177. of the final table of what is one of the biggest and most popular poker tournaments in the world. Every year, everyone comes to Barcelona in the August. We've got the Super High Roller at the start of the festival, the National Championship that had nearly 5,000 entries this year, 1,682 players signed up to this tournament, the 5K main event, and now we are down to the final two. One of these guys will be crowned champion. One of them will lift that trophy and take an additional 100,000 euros on top of the money they have already agreed.
It got quiet in here for a second, but I was just thinking about how even winning 100,000 euros would be kind of life-changing money for me. Do you know how much my phone would stop ringing if I, not start ringing, mind you,
Just
it would stop ringing bill collectors? I would be able to just have a day where it wasn't unrecognized call, private number. Sometimes they do the thing where it looks like your own number is calling you.
Yeah, clever.
They're pulling out all the stops for me.
Bill collectors call my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home.
Petkov limps, and Adrian points out on Twitter that, wow, Scarf Guy already has a PokerStars patch. That was fast. He has not been signed yet. The patch denotes the fact that he is a PokerStars qualifier, having won his seat online for 215 euros in one of those special ultra satellites that ran during the Road to Barcelona promotion. He moves all in there and gets a fold. Should point out that the Road to Bahamas promotion starts pretty soon. Once W Coupe is done and dusted at the end of September, there should be a good month, probably the month of October, when we're going to give people so many chances to qualify for next year's PCA.
And also what would tickle me, make me very happy, is if you guys have enjoyed the stream, come on back with us in Prague. First of all, we got the Sunday Million Live you should watch.
That's next weekend. We're back
next weekend.
We are literally back next Sunday.
And then in the meantime, you can check out Jamie Staples, check out Lex, check out Finton and Spraggy. And then we're back in December for an event just like this one from Prague. And that one is also a blast every year.
You forgot Monday night with Matt.
Sorry, Monday night with Matt. Yeah, how could I possibly? That's rude of me.
Incredibly rude of you, actually, but...
Matt streams every Monday night, and he handles some of the other games that aren't Hold'em. So if you just learned Hold'em today and you want to get a well-rounded poker education, tune in to Mondays with Matt. And if you really like us, there's a podcast.
There is Poker in the Ears. In fact, just published the latest episode during the break.
The audio version's up?
Audio version is up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher.
There's a lot of hot public domain tracks in this week's episode.
I think it's the most concentrated exposure of public domain tracks that we've ever gone for.
Petkov calling here with the 9-5 of hearts. Queen 4 of clubs for Sorensen. Again, the stacks pretty even. Sorensen with the slight advantage.
Look at Sorensen. 3-betting the Queen 4 suited. Suit up.
Yeah, not seeing so much of this kind of action, but 9-5 suited on the button. Petkov going to take it to the flop. So two very different hands here. Queen 4 suited, 9-5 suited. Five hits on the flop. Queen hits on the flop.
Top pair, middle pair. Scarf guy checks. Turns a 7, also a diamond.
Sorensen now a 9-1 favorite with top pair of queens. Having checked the flop, He bets the turn. This is a delayed continuation bet. Now, Petkov does have a piece.
I kind of like the delayed continuation bet when your opponent's playing tight.
I mean, you got to say, considering Petkov is like an online heads-up specialist, Sorensen not making this easy for him at all.
Sometimes the specialists have a hard time with somebody who, for lack of a better word, doesn't really know what they're doing because, you know, it's easier for GTO players to figure out other GTO strategies.
Yeah.
And sometimes these guys that don't know what GTO is are a little befuddling to them.
Ace on the river.
By the way, if we do have new viewers, GTO stands for Game Theory Optimal, and there's like sort of a fairly scientific optimal way to play in most spots. Of course, you know, people's interpretation of that does vary from time to time, but the vast majority of GTO players play very similarly.
Let's see if Sorensen decides to bet for value on the river here. Etienne Kruger, I will address your question at the conclusion of this hand. It goes check, check, and Sorensen wins a sizable pot from Petkov, which is going to open a bit of a gap between them. 34 million chips for Sorensen, 17 million for Petkov. Etienne wants to know, did Sorensen only win his entry to the tournament online, or also a package? How does it work? It was a package, Etienne, which means in addition to the 5K buy-in, his flights and accommodation and some money for expenses was included. It's basically a poker holiday. You get a free trip to Barcelona and the chance to play in a poker tournament.
That's the way to do it.
I think you can only win packages online, right? I don't think there's buy-in only satellites online.
I think there are some options to only take the buy-in.
Oh, to take it. Now, if you come, a lot of times they have live satellites in the casino. Those folks will be winning buy-ins only.
Less than 5 minutes on the clock till the blinds go up. And Sorensen straight back into the action. He's got 8-7 offsuit. And he raises and steals the big blind. Lachazar Petkov.
Saracen wasn't even supposed to play this, but Jason Street got hurt. Last minute substitution. Petkov, who had the chip lead briefly.
I thought I saw signs of frustration there, but sometimes you can confuse that with exhaustion. And again, just to reiterate, this is the 6th day they've been playing. The last 3 days have been incredibly long. This day's been longer than anyone could have predicted.
Yeah.
A bit from column F, a bit from column E.
Petkov calling here with Queen Jack. Sorensen gets the chance to see a free flop with 5 deuce.
He takes it.
A lot of limping from Petkov.
It's very much been his way with some quite big holdings.
Especially heads up, yeah.
Now hits second pair, the jacks for Petkov, but very little reason for Sorensen to get involved in this unless he takes a cheeky bluff stab at this. Pretty sure we're not going to see much more than this one bet.
I mean, anyone who watches a lot of live poker will know that pros will always keep their chips in stacks of 20. Look at the random arrangement that Sorensen has gone for. I love it.
Well, that's certainly from exhaustion, I think. You're just like, oh, what's the point? I keep putting them in and taking them out and putting them in.
But also when he bets, I'm not sure that there is any kind of...
There's no pattern to it,
no,
that's for sure.
Just grab some chips, stick them out there. Well, As you said, Matt, 3.5 million from Sorensen, quickly called by Petkov. Unlikely that Sorensen will put any more chips in this pot. 10 on the turn. He has 0% equity. He cannot win this hand.
I mean, the bad news is that 10 might encourage him to continue selling whatever story he thought he was selling.
Doesn't really seem to be Scarf Guy's way.
I'm with you.
He slows down, checks the action to Petkov.
When I say I am Scarf Guy, this is how I play. You take like one bluff at it, maybe like another half-hearted attempt, then you're like, whoa, 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 all right, I check. It's over, you take it, I'm never getting a fold here. Even though you probably could.
So remember, those burgundy chips are the 500Ks, the black chips are 100K. Petkov deciding whether to bet the turn, and if so, how much to bet. There is 9.8 million in the middle. We know it doesn't really matter how much he bets. We know that Sorensen is likely to fold.
Only 2 colors of chips in play. Next level, when it's infinity blinds, they just get 1 chip each.
And after a bit of deliberation, Petkov gets some chips out there. 9.8 million in the middle. 4.2 from Petkov. Fully expect Scarf Guy just to take a moment to reflect on what's happened and then go bye-bye. Or bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, kid, what's it you're reading there? What's that comic book? Popeye? Sounds a lot like bye-bye, and it's not a coincidence. Now get out of here.
Well, I can confirm this will be the last hand of 600,000, 1.2 million.
We did it, guys. We made it.
Yes.
We have just set a new record on the tour for the first time ever in a main event. We have reached level 41. The blinds are now 800,000 and 1.6 million with a 200,000 ante.
You guys forgive me. I got to get my calculator out on this one.
I thought you wanted to take a photo to prove that it happened.
Well, the whole thing's being recorded, so.
Good point, well made. Spear raises an interesting point. Can the level time limits be changed by players making a deal? It's something that's under review, Spear, and will be considered for the future. There is a strong argument that the moment the players decide a deal and are playing for a less considerable amount of money, that maybe the level times could be reduced.
30 seems kind of short already, but hey. It's not my money. I don't care. Here's what I was getting my calculator out for, guys. Ready for this?
Yep.
Every big blind is the starting stack of 53 1/3 players.
Wow.
It also means there are not many big blinds in play. I think there are around 30 bigs in play right now.
53 1/3.
I don't think, I mean, this is the reason why we've never reached this blind level before. To have average stacks of 15 big blinds is a little bit silly. A shove from Sorensen with a7, no action from Petkov. And on to hand 184, please.
Mark Baggett is very excited. A new record set, and we're all a part of it. We are all Scarf Guy. We are all in the money.
I am Scarf Guy, but I'm also Petkov. Hashtag equality.
18 big blinds for Sebastian Sorensen. 10 big blinds for Lachazar Petkov. Getting close to all-in or fold territory for Petkov. It's on the button in the small blind. First to act, King 9. He shoves. Sorensen. Snap calls. What's he got? Ace King! Oh, wow. He's got Petkov dominated.
It is Domination Nation, possibly for the end of this entire tournament.
Sorensen with the best hand. A 77% chance of winning.
You're not so good on flips, homie.
Huh?
You're not so good. I can't beat you on flips.
It's not a flip.
We've seen a lot of pretty amazing flops, turns, and rivers, but Petkov going to need a lot of help here. Dominated for the win.
Yeah. I have 19 or something.
I heart scarf guy.
So if ace-king holds, it is over. Sebastian Sorensen will have won the Barcelona main event. He's already locked up 887,000 euros. He's hoping to win an additional 100K. He wants to lift that trophy.
Last time we saw Domination Nation, Petkov rivered the winner.
But it's an ace-high flop.
Well,
Wow.
So now Sorensen becomes a 97% favorite. Petkov with less than 1% equity. He's going to need running cards for the win or running cards for a chop. Sorensen can taste victory from behind that scarf.
Are we going to see a Rocky IV-like speech to the Bulgarian rail from Sorensen if he takes this down?
Jack on the turn means it's all over. Sorensen has won. He is the champion after an epic final table. A heads-up battle that went several levels beyond reality. Sebastian Sorensen, the online qualifier, takes down this tournament. 1,682 players have become one. That man won his seat for 215 euros. He is cashing out
I'm so
for
tired.
987K.
Well, if there was a more entertaining final table, I can't remember it. He looks exhausted as well. What a hard-fought battle. That is right on the edge.
He's tired, he's emotional. In the literal, rather metaphorical sense. Congratulations also to Lachikar Petkov, who finishes second in the tournament and cashes for 917,000 euros by virtue of the deal that was agreed three-handed.
That seems like so long ago. What an interesting, unusual, and exciting heads-up battle that was.
Thank you.
Scarf Guy
sick,
has done it.
Too long. Sick.
So this final table began some 10 hours ago with 6 players. We lost Usman Siddiqui relatively quickly and then played five-handed for an eternity. Back-to-back eliminations saw the end of Akari and Kaufman. The deal was done three-way. We had an epic heads-up battle between Petkov and Sorensen, and now we have our winner.
Welcome to the winner's presentation for the PokerStars Championship Barcelona main event. Up here to help present the trophy is Tournament Director Toby Stone, Live Events Business Development Manager Cedric Below, Director Casino Barcelona Josep Luis Cernuda. Another huge field here in Barcelona, leading to a massive first place prize. Great poker. Look, Barcelona is pretty much always a slam dunk. Now, before we get to congratulating these guys, we're going to hear a little bit from Cedric Below.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone. I will just say a small word to say a big thank you to all the players who came here in Barcelona. It has been an incredible 2 weeks, a lot of events, millions of euros, all in the big prize pool, big guarantees, and it was really a pleasure to have everyone here. And of course, a big thank you to all the staff involved, from the media, the dealers, the floors, and the casino, our partners, so we can give a big applause to all the staff involved to the tournament. Before we give the trophy, then I will invite everyone to see us in the next PokerStars live events. We are going to be in Rozvadov next week, and then there will be a few festivals in Dublin, Sochi, and the next championship will be in Prague at the end of the year. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the evening.
All right, guys, this is one of the hardest fought battles that I've ever seen. So before we hand the trophy over, let's get a big round of applause for our runner-up, Lachizar Petkov. Now there's only... Very passionate friends over there. He'll be right with you guys. But for now, give this man his trophy one more time for Sebastian Sorensen.